I had that on. Okay. Did it do anything? Wasn't sure if the other light did anything. Okay. Oh. All right.
Flour. Made of flour. So, I'm sorry. I was going to tell
So I
you.
only measured those two things.
Yeah. So, teaspoon baking powder. And if you didn't catch that, a cup and a half of flour. Teaspoon of salt. Two blood oranges. Sorry, 2 blood oranges, and we are to zest these. One-fourth cup of juice from maybe 2 said oranges. One cup of sugar. Gotta have your sugar. Very important. Three-fourths cups of yogurt. Three eggs. A half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Ta-da! And a half of cup of olive oil. Half a cup. All right, first You need 1 small bowl to whisk your flour and your baking powder. I'm sorry. Don't do baking soda. Baking powder and salt. All right, 2 teaspoons of baking powder into our flour. Uno, as we say in Spanish. Dos. 2 teaspoons. All right. Next, 1/4 of salt. 1/4. 1/4 salt. Because everybody likes salt. All right. Step 1 is almost complete. Let's put it over there. Let's get us some. Get you some of that. Sure, it's nice and mixed up in there. That should be good. Set that to the side. All right, step 2. Add your sugar into a small bowl, a separate small bowl. Sugar. All right, we need our zest from our 2 oranges. Zest and some oranges. All right. Give us a second. Oh, there you go. Make sure you have the proper zesting tool. This will not work. There you go. There we go. That's fine. I'm sure. Gotta get your zest down. Oh. Try not to drop the orange. All right. Make sure you be careful. This could be dangerous. You might zest your skin. Don't need that in there, do we? And we'll make sure for the most part we got the whole orange zest. Don't get the nasty parts if there are any. Oop. Alright, I'll say that's good for orange number 1. We'll say that later for our juices. There you go. Thank you. And the zest. Should be a very interesting and tasty cake. Ow. I definitely zest myself. Need a Band-Aid. Give me a Band-Aid.
You bleeding?
All right. Any more zesting? I would recommend maybe, I don't know, wearing gloves when you're zesting, or go very slow. Like I said, you don't want to zest yourself. That wouldn't be too nice. Like that right there. It's a zest. Don't zest yourselves. Wear some gloves or something. Nice and slow. It's a dangerous job, but somebody got a zest. Okay. You're zesting too. Be careful with this thing. All right, now we gotta rub in our zest into our sugar. So make sure you get all of it nice and rubbed in. Don't be shy, Get your hands nice and sticky. Or wear gloves. Get the gloves nice and sticky. Take them back off. There you go. Get all those Make sure all your zest is nice and sugary. A little bonding action going on. Nice. Control yourself. And it should look something like this. See if you guys. I don't know. Maybe you can see it. Let's do this. Something like that. All right. Something like that. Probably should. Okay. And that was step 2. All of step 2. Step 3, in a measuring cup or bowl, whichever you prefer, we must add our yogurt, our juice, which would be our orange juice that we have to make, and then our eggs with the vanilla extract. And then after we mix all that, we will mix it into the sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. We should add it into the sugar after.
Hold that up.
Yogurt. All right, let's get our orange juices. After we successfully extracted all of our yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yogurt for you yogurt lovers out there. Our oranges.
Put them on your eyes.
Maybe another video. All right. There we go. You guys ready for this? Ooh, look at that. Oh. It's a little squirty. Don't be shy to get in there one more time. Make sure you got it all. All right. Now for number 2. Nice and slow and satisfying juice.
Yeah.
Everybody likes juice. All right. Don't juice yourself. Might not turn out very nice. All right. I think we got 2 more, right?
Yes.
We have 2 more. It's a lot of work, this juicing business. All right. 3 of 4. Uh-oh.
Squirting at me.
Maybe wear glasses. Safety glasses. Use a precaution. You don't want orange juice in the eye. Unless you're a good shot and able to shoot it at your mouth, I wouldn't try it. All right. And last but not least, it's a fat one.
A big one.
Oh, get that juice. Oh, got myself that time. Oh, yeah, it's a lot of juice in there. Gotta really make sure you get it all. Waste not, want not.
Waste not, want not.
All right. Now we shall add in our eggs. Egg one. Oh. Be sure to hold the shells. All right, let's try this. There we go. Get out of there.
Plop.
My egg cracking skills are better than this. Let's try this again. There we go. And three eggs for yogurt and orange extract. We shall mix this in. Oh, wait, first we shall add our vanilla extract. I'm sorry. Half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Half a teaspoon. Thank you. Deep. Eureka! All right. Thank you. Keep this over here. Oh, we got a little water. Okay. Now, we shall mix this, and then we'll add it to our sugar, and we'll mix some more. I probably would prefer a bigger bowl versus a measuring cup because you can only move so much in a measuring cup, you know? Might be more dishes to wash, but hey, you know, it's worth it in the end. All right. Nice and slow we go. And you'll start to notice it'll turn a tannish color. Means you're doing it right. Just keep mixing. No drinking. No drinking. Don't drink this. All right, I'm going to go and add this into our sugar. I'm going to say this is mixed pretty well. I mean, if I go any harder, it might be all over the place. So let's get her in the bowl. Oh, look at that. There we go. There's a few little stragglers. All right. Now we shall mix this in. All of that yummy goodness. There we go. Just mix that on in nice and good. And I say we are about ready. We're all whisked away. Yeah. Step 4, we shall gently whisk our dry into our wet and fold it with the spatula or in oil. I'm sorry, I'm folding oil with the spatula.
That's later. So right now,
sorry.
Into here.
Right now we're gonna add our flour, salt, and baking powder into our wet. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. What do I do? Don't be afraid to rub up against the side of the dough. Make sure everything's nice and mixed. Remember, if you focus on the walls of the bowl, you'll get everything else in between. Don't worry about what's on top. Just stop everything from sticking. It's starting to smell delicious. Get it all nice and done. Yeah, hold on. Like I said, remember to get the walls. Just focus on the walls. Everything else will fall into place. You notice I'm just going for the walls, going for the side of the bowl and the bottom. Just keep spinning. You ain't got to get all crazy with it because you'll tire yourself out. Once you positive that there's no more on the walls, then you can slowly mix the middle. Which by then, I mean, you don't need to mix it as much because you pretty much mixed it as you've been mixing. You're mixing it. All right, there we go. And that is what she should look like. Oh, look at that. Okay. Next, we shall fold in our half a cup of oil into our batter with a spatula. Just gradually fold it in there. You don't have to mix it up or try to blend it, So give me a second. Delicious. Half of cup of olive oil. Sorry. It could take some time. All right. There's our half a cup of olive oil. Here's our batter. Just spread it on along the top. Should be a nice layer. Nice layer of olive oil. There you go. You guys can see that moving around. Spatula. And we shall fold her in. At first, it could, look like you probably messed up. It could look like a lot, but I promise it's all a part of the plan. Just keep mixing. Don't get discouraged. You're nearly there. You've done everything right, or I've done everything wrong. It's not your fault. But we'll get through this together. All right, we keep mixing and mixing until it's nice and shiny and mixed in, and just a glob of what is that going to turn into? It's going to turn into delicious. That's what I tell you. It's going to be delicious. All right. Now that most of our oil is soaked into our batter and everything's nice and shiny, bling bling. But just make sure there's, not excess oil just hanging off of it. Make sure you got it all mixed in and nice. You have a little bit, but just not as much where you can pretty much pour it off without the batter coming with it. As you can see, there's no oil freely running. I can tip this thing over. There'll be no oil coming out. Everything's mixed in together. That's how you want it. If you feel like you ain't there, take you a little bit more time and keep mixing. But yeah, you shouldn't have an oil problem. Yeah. All right. Next up. Okay. Now in a loaf pan or a square pan, as we have here. Oh well, first you're to set your preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And if you're using If you're using a square pan, it only takes 30 minutes in a square pan. If you're using a loaf pan, it takes 50 minutes. Remember that. 50 minutes loaf pan, 30 minutes square pan. We're using square pan. All right. We shall add our delicious. Look, don't forget to spray down your pan first, you know. Always good to spray down the pan. You don't want nothing sticking. Feel free to rub in the corners. Good. All right, we shall add. And all you gotta do is just coast that back and the front will fall right on in there. It's pretty easy. Not a lot of mess left behind. Your kids might be mad at you, but they'll be glad of the outcome when it's all said and done. Nice. And your bowl should be empty like that. And then, of course, make sure your cake is nice and even. We're going to have a nice and even cake. That's going to be delicious. Now, also keep in mind, if you have an air fryer, you can also do it in an air fryer, because air fryers have baking settings and all that. If you have one of those, I mean, don't do it in an air fryer just for chicken, and then, you know. But yes, if you have a air fryer with the settings, then you can bake it in an air fryer. We usually do. Not much of a wait time for preheat. 30 minutes.
I'm gonna start.
And feel free to check your cake 5 minutes before the done time, just to make sure, you know, you might want it a little bit more moist, or you might want to cook a little bit more, or who knows. And most ovens are different and everything, so you might be cooking yours faster than I'm cooking mine. So always check your cake 5 minutes before the original done time and check it. That way satisfaction is guaranteed. Throwing her in. Here's our little air fryer there. It's always good to have an air fryer.
Don't worry about it.
All right. Also, at this time, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Chat is open. the sugar.
If you want. Don't
Oh.
have to.
Guess you can make cookies with them if you want. That might be something interesting too.
Did you want to make glaze? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I think glaze would be good, but I also want to try it. It seems like it could be a cake. Yes. We'll give it a try.
Today without. But if you want, you need 2 things. That's it. And juice from the blood orange. That's it.
Make it all the glaze you want. Glaze it up.
Okay. Thank you for joining. I will show you pictures of my finished cake. Thank you for celebrating with us.
Show us pictures of yours too.
Yes, show us. We want to see your cake too.
Show us that cake.
It's our Bake It with Sass celebration cake this year. So we want to see yours too. See you later.
See you later. Alligator. That's probably not the